Hi, everyone. The topic of my presentation is on software project management, specifically team dynamics. I'm excited to present my work on this topic, and I hope that everyone learns something from this presentation. I have 5 sections for this presentation, along with some subsections. 1. Software engineering and the importance of teamwork. 2. The composition of a team. 3. Motivating the team. 4. Effective communication in a team context. 5. Conflict resolution. Let's get started. From movies, TV shows, and pop culture, we all have the image of the solitary and genius software engineer programming by him or herself, writing crazy and complicated programs. But this could not be further from the truth in real life. Like a sport such as soccer or basketball, software engineering is a team sport. A team of individual contributors who each do their specific roles with great care plus good management will result in a great software product. Software engineering is ultimately about people, and it's easy to lose this perspective when you are working day to day in a software engineering job. I leave you with an initial thought from a luminary himself. Some of you may recognize him. Bjarne Stroustrup, the creator of C++, says, "Design and programming are human activities. Forget that and all is lost." I think this is a very thought-provoking quote and worth thinking about. The, the key to any team is the composition of the individuals on the team, specifically who you hire and who you retain on the team. There are many roles on a software team across multiple functions such as design, engineering, QA/testing, and more. Any team is strongest when you diversify the team skill-wise and personality-wise. Moreover, a team should be diversified among different types of people who are motivated by different things. Task-oriented people are motivated by the software engineering process and the task itself. Self-oriented people are motivated by success, recognition, and building a long career. Interaction-oriented people are motivated by other people and social interactions. Pause and think. Given that we know people are motivated differently, one very interesting question is the following. Are self-oriented people looking out for themselves only and look at things from a purely competitive perspective? A totally zero sums approach? I'll give you 10 seconds. Not necessarily. Self-oriented people are very focused and driven people. They know what they want, and they are not afraid to work hard to go get it. They can be very competitive, but they also see the value of teamwork. Self-oriented people can excel at managing people, allocating resources for the team, removing roadblocks so that the team can work more effectively to get the job done, and advocating for their direct reports to get them promoted. Motivating the team is a topic that I have a special interest in. How do you motivate a team of people so that the team achieves great results? This is a topic that's been studied across all industries and is more of an art than a science. It's totally dependent on the organization, the engineering team, and the specific engineering tasks at hand. However, there are some common patterns agnostic of the team or industry. We can start with something that we all know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as a first principle. Let's assume that workers' physiological and safety needs are met. After people have their basic needs met, what they need is a sense of belongingness and inclusion. This sense of community is vital in both personal and professional settings. Therefore, specific action items in this layer could include offering offsite events and sponsorships to conferences, hackathons, and other learning opportunities, hosting team fun slash after work social events, promoting a culture of inclusion where all people feel supported and cared for. It's important to empower people to speak up and for people to feel like their opinions will, at a minimum, be heard and respected. Even if their ideas are not implemented, people will respect being listened to and feel like they belong on the team. Right above belongingness is people's esteem needs. People need to feel confident in themselves and feel like they can bring their whole selves to work. They also need to be rewarded fairly. Therefore, specific action items in this layer could include rewarding people for their contributions based on the merit and quality of the work. This is never going to be a perfect evaluation, but it should be a guiding first principle on the team and greater organization. Defining clear and explicit promotion guidelines. People should move up in the company based on the amount of value they add to the team. Talented people like to work in a technically excellent and fast paced culture, so promote a culture of getting high quality engineering deliverables done fast. Finally, at the top of the hierarchy, we have self actualization needs. People need to feel that the work they do is helping them grow and reach their full potential. This is what will motivate a person when the going gets tough. Therefore, specific action items in this layer could include giving people challenging work and promoting innovation as well as intelligent risk taking. It's okay to try a well thought out idea and fail. Giving people the opportunity to switch roles and work cross functionally among different teams, such as engineering, product, design, etc. And lastly, setting people up for success by offering support should they need it. In his seminal book, Drive, author Daniel Pink's research showed that people are motivated by three things. The first is the autonomy to do the work without micromanagement. Trust that your team will do a great job. The second is mastery, which is knowing that the work is challenging and stretches an individual's skills and abilities, which will grow stronger and stronger over time. Eventually, the expertise and mastery will be reached. Lastly, is purpose, which is perhaps the most important element of all. This is knowing that the work itself is making a difference and individual team members feel energized and inspired coming into work every day. When the factors of autonomy, mastery, and purpose are all exhibited within a team, the team collectively can scale great heights. How should a team communicate effectively? In his textbook, Software Engineering, Ian Somerville identifies the key communication factors. Be mindful of the group size, where smaller teams are better than bigger teams for effective communication among team members. Be careful of the group structure, where informal structures facilitate communication, not hierarchical structures. It's worth remembering again that group composition is very important, especially diversity in personality and gender. This helps to facilitate communication. The physical work environment should facilitate collaboration, open offices, yet have closed spaces for people to focus and do deep work. Lastly, there should be a diversity of communication channels ranging from in person to email, web chat, documentation, and more. All this facilitates communication on the team, allowing people to choose the most relevant type of communication for the task at hand. Conflict among people is bound to happen given that we are all human beings with emotions. The key is not ignore it is to not ignore conflict should it arise, but to deal with it head on with honesty, respect, and forgiveness. Make peace quickly and move on. I offer a three-step process to de-escalate conflicts. First, it's important to hear privately from both sides and reserve judgment. Start by listening to both parties' point of view on the incident and nothing else. Just listen. Second, once the facts have been gathered, make a judgment. With senior management present, have the offending party publicly apologize to the affected party. This will help the team forgive, heal, and move on. Third, however, if it's a seriously egregious act, decide on the best course of action, including removing the offending party from the team and organization. This should be a last resort and should not be done capriciously. We all make mistakes, and it's important to have an organization that empowers and forgives people as a status quo and not punish people immediately as the status quo. This is the end of my presentation, and I thank you all for listening.